So to continue with Heckoween. So I say that only on Heckoween night, or Halloween night, that those who do not have children to go trick-or-treating with, but they're not trick-or-treating, they're handing out the gospel, that they stay at home, gather together in groups of young men and women, unmarried people. This would be singles night. Woo! And then, and they would hand out grapes. It would be trendy to hand out grapes. Little bunches of grapes that the kids could eat right then and there. And then you put acid in them, LSD. And you just go to jail, like, instantly. Now, of course you don't do that. Goodness. Do not abuse the law of liberty. But what you do is you hand out these grapes. And when some child comes up and you see how they're dressed, before they can hand anything to you, because they're taught to stand still and wait for the person to say, "And what are you? What are you dressed as?" Or, "Are you a ghost?" Be like, "No, I'm an angel." Duh. "Are you a dragon?" "No, I'm a seraph." "Oh, are you a shepherd?" "I am a shepherd." And then put the answer in Jewish, you know. "I'm training to be a pastor. So I'm getting my Old Testament training while I'm young at a Jewish school. Woo! I can speak the Hebrew." You know? That would just be fantastic. All these Christian schools out there. Change up your format just a bit. And so the other thing that these children would be dressed as, and this is what I really want them to be dressed as martyrs. Okay? So like one has a plush, like this guy right here, like that plush lion's head or tiger's head, but maybe like a lion's head instead. It would be, like his other arm would be inside of it. So it'd look like his arm was being eaten by a lion. Or like one would have a stovepipe hat on, and then have like a paper mache or some other really light substance. They'd probably have to have a chin strap. But a stovepipe hat on, with like an elephant foot coming down, crushing his head. Maybe he has a little sound effect thing for his phone. You know, every time it rings, it makes an elephant sound. That'd be hilarious. And like one on like their feet, on their shoes and stuff, on the outside strap some little fans that fan up. You might have to have some straps that go further up the body in different places, or maybe tubing with holes in it that let out a decent amount of air. And then the adult would be walking with them, and this would be like for little children, carrying the backpack blower, not a backpack blower, you do not like my steel, but, you know, a little air compressor that's like releasing the air, and then have like tinsel on the suit so it's blowing up, and then have little red and orange and yellow LED lights blinking. I think maybe in a particular order, kind of like the real thing here. And so it looked like they were on fire. And then have like the adult, you know, that would be like maybe on a baby. And then like have the adult be dressed as a pole, you know, like a Nero pole, a little thing like that on there. You know, a baby on a stick. And a baby on a stick on fire. You're like, wow, that's terrible. I just can't even imagine what it'd be like to be a parent and having someone take your baby from you. and kill it, while you're there. It's like, oh my goodness, my life is worthless. And they'd be like, your life is worthless, serve us. Serve us and live. You'd be like, well, I'm supposed to obey. I will serve you. And then as soon as, like, anything terrible starts to happen, then you die. Then you just straight up become uppity and die. You're like, oh, no, I'll be a martyr instead. Terribly sorry. You can't compromise my faith. My faith is in God, that when I die, Jesus is coming with 10,000 of his angels to make sure my soul gets to heaven. Okay, enough preaching. Right immediately, too. There's no having... Anyway. And so those are just some ideas. And so now the thing is that when you stop at the door and the person says with the candy or whatever they have, and what are you dressed as? You'd say a reviled martyr in your little kid mean tone. Rawr, I'm a vile martyr because I have to give up candy, and hand out tracts. Everyone else is going to say hand out candy. You'll get over it. And then that person would say, in essence, no. Like, these are like the grandparent people, not the young people that are handing out the grapes. The young people handing out the grapes, they just exchange a wink and a nod with the adults that are with them. But like the old people, they'd be like, oh no, you're not a reviled martyr, you're a blessed martyr. Do you have something to give me? Right? And then the children can give that, and then the parent could say, it's okay to take candy from here. Right? Because the old people still give out candy. They're not going to be giving out grapes. Because we don't want to give up the old people. We want them disguised. That's our fountain of wisdom. So I don't know how you would run your underground church. I'm only saying that these particular code words are only going on All Saints' Eve. May Elohim nod toward thee. Do well.